Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show for Thursday, August 29th. Yes, it's a Thursday. We have 1 day left to sign some new players. If we're going to do that, lots rumors out there about two main players that we're going to talk about. Also, getting ready for the game on Saturday versus the Posh. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it says bring on the Posh. And as we have Macca on there just going, what? Let's go. Confident, walk, go out on the pitch. Let's do it on the field. There's been a lot talking about the filling up the stadiums and all this crap and Wrexham, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Let's go out there and let's play a football game. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm most excited about. We got some comments from Phil Parkinson that we're going to get into, and we're going to talk about some of the things that James McLean Parkinson had said, and just filling in some of the gaps of what's going on in the news and update show that isn't boring as some of the trolls might say, and not effective. So I'm going to throw that out there. You can figure out who that is. But no, smash a like on the video, get involved in the chat, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, because we're growing on our way to 10,000. Become a member, please, if you can. Helps the show out. And your hats, Local Pundit hats. I just ordered a new batch, and we have the green ones coming too, kind of like that one back there too, which is great. So also, we're on the verge of the transfer deadline day tomorrow. Will we make some signings? Again, there are two players that are rumored to be in Wrexham. We have a lot of people like looking over walls, peeking behind corners, all the stuff. Who's that guy? Who's that one? You know, talking to someone's missus who knew the guy that and the gal that like was cleaning someone's apartment, all that stuff. So anyways, let's get into it. And Hip Karma, how you doing, Hip Karma? It says squeaky bum time. Yes. And printer party tomorrow. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yes. So we will figure that out. We will also figure that out. And good evening, Bet365. There you go. Bruce is first. Bruce is first. Also, bring on Mofall. Fall, whatever. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. And Aaron says, I am silly. Well, it's there we go. And Matt Al thinking, hiding in the Matt Al's doing like one of these. Awesome. All right, but let's start with Parkinson because that's what's on the thumbnail. Bring on the Posh. Let's go. I will open it up to people if they want to come on tonight too. Have their say. It's been a lot of fun having new faces on and the old faces as well. You don't have to put your camera on, but it is more than welcome to do because I want to see, everyone's faces. So let's see. All right, there we go. There is Phil Parkinson. Interview with him on the leader. Here we go. Let's see there. We're going to get this as a video. He says, Phil Parkinson, unbeaten Wrexham go to Peterborough. Yes, we're tasting the Posh on the weekend, and I'm going to bring up his video right now. This. Let me know if you all can hear this.
Another tough game. Yeah, back-to-back playoff campaigns for Peterborough. Obviously, Darren's very experienced.
Darren Ferguson
up a few times over the years, and good manager, great fella. Looking forward to coming up against Darren again and his team at the weekend.
Yeah, he's also a Wrexham legend. He had a very good campaigns here as a player, and was part of the promotion winning team. So he was loved by the Wrexham faithful here.
Yeah, rightly so. He's a very well respected person in around Wrexham, and I'm sure he'll be looking forward to coming up against his old team. And like I said, his record is good. Obviously, Peterborough has been his club he's gone back to a number of times, and he's got a good relationship with the chairman there. And always an interesting club, really. The way they work, the model, I think, has been successful for them. They've spent money on a lot of young players over the years and developed. Some have worked out, and they've sold on for huge profits. And of course, you'll always get the ones who don't quite work out. But in the main, with Barry Fry there, who's another great football person, they've done a good job.
And it's all about us, though.
So I think on that too. So we're going to be running into this about Darren Ferguson. We're going to be running into old players that we played against, old clubs. Obviously, Parkinson has managed in this league before, as we talked about several times on the show, going out with Bolton. This with Darren Ferguson playing for Wrexham in the past. We're going to be running into old foes, old loves, old passionate people that we care about and things like that. So, I think that's kind of part of what it is to be in this league and getting up to the League Ones, the championships, and the Prem. Thank God we get there someday. I think it's very interesting. Like, it kind of just feels like old hat a little bit too. Also, can I just shout this out there, Richard? I don't know if you guys watch this, but like, you for production wise, we can't read what is being said at the bottom through the white on white. So call me up. Let me know. I'll produce that in his office for you. Let me know. Let me get there. But I love these interviews.
Saturday and continuing the unbeaten run. I know you're not going to get carried away, but so far so good.
Yeah, we're pleased with the weekend. I think it was a really good all-round performance from us. And like I said before, that I was interested to see how we fared against Reading, because I felt they had some really threatening players, their Wigan performance was, despite only being 2-0, was a very dominant win, and it was a good test. We came through it well, and now it's about the preparation being right on the training pitch this week, and going down there obviously full of confidence but respectful of Peterborough's an established team at this level.
Yeah. Good shot there, by the way, being established a team at this level. They are, and they have a good manager, a good coach. Darren Ferguson is a good one. He's a good coach. He's got great experience on the field and off the pitch. So I wouldn't go in there tomorrow thinking that it's going to be a blowover. Sorry, on Saturday being a blowover. It's going to be a match. We're going to be in for a battle, but we're ready for it. We are. We're getting calluses on our. Let me see. Here we go. We're getting calluses. We're getting calluses for every game they go into, and I say the calluses for like we're building them up, getting more confident in there. And again, we haven't introduced only one of our new players, which is Dobson, who is an absolute legend. We talk about it all the time. So all these games, we're building up calluses to get into this league. Again, last year, it's been well documented how we came into this league and we weren't quite ready. The impact of losing Moles, coming back late, not being fresh, all those things that came into play. But it feels like it's a little bit more structured. There's a little bit. I know we'll talk about the transfers, which is going to happen later on. We'll talk a little later on, and we'll bring people in for that too as well. We'll talk about the transfers, but right now we're building up calluses for these games. Very, very important. The Bolton game was won. I know we got beat. We got beat against Sheffield United in the Carabao Cup, but we got our new players in. We saw them play a little bit. Remember, Rathbone was injured. Now that we know he was a little bit injured, had a knock on his foot, but he'd be back in. Scar got a couple minutes out there. Brunty's probably the only one that I'm like, I don't think he's a bad player, but hasn't gotten his opportunities yet. But Rev's great. So all those things, we're just building up momentum. I think we're working towards something, and I think that's how we need to look at this. The beginning of this season, it's like building up towards things, and I'm really excited to see how we're going to do. So that's the Phil Parkinson side of things right there. We're talking about the game. I think he's pumped up for it. I think we're going to be ready for it, and we're going to do the Mo Fall stuff too. I promise we'll get there. So I promise we'll do that. So all right, going back over here, there is the preview. Oh no, I don't have it up for you. Hold on one second. This is on the website. There you go. Preview Peterborough United versus Wrexham AFC. The two sides are enjoying a strong start to the season clash at London Road, with Wrexham legend in the home dugout. Can Phil Parkinson succeed against his opponents who have traditionally given Wrexham a hard time? So this is from Mark Griffiths. Won't go through the whole thing. We'll get through some highlights. Wrexham angle. Wrexham didn't pick up any new injuries in the 3-0 victory over Reading, while George Evans remains unavailable. Remember, we talked about that having a groin issue, and Ollie Rathbone is expected to be fit for the Cheshire Peterborough. Don't think that maybe Ollie won't get a start. And listen, I will say that he might go. I'll bring this up here so it's not boring to look at. He might go with the same 11 that we had the other day, winning against Reading. He might do that. He totally might do that. But he could make one or two tweaks here and there, depending on what the match is. It is an away game. I don't anticipate having Scar get in, but we shall see. Love to see Ravon. Depends. I think Barnett and Rev are going to be battling off of that right side due to what they can expect on the other side of things, what we want to do. Now, do we go? Are we on the front foot? How are we going to play? As you can see, some of these games have been wide open. So let's see how that plays out. But I could possibly see Rathbone get in. Maybe, excuse me, I know Elliot Lee scored a banger. And so did Cannon, but you never know. I do anticipate maybe one or two changes. We shall see. The big selection news comes from Saturday when the return of action Paul Mullen. Paul Mullen, I do not think will be starting this match. I don't think we'll be starting this match. Parkinson's, excuse me, I'm choking on my own self. Parkinson sprung a surprise when he named the prolific striker on the bench and told the leader it was important to get Paul a little bit of game time. Obviously, it was never going to be more than that, because he knows he has a long road ahead, which he had a full week. Now remember, Paul's had a full week of training, so he's not fully fit, but he's getting back there. He's weeks behind us right now about getting fully fit, especially match fit. Difference there. So He says he's got a long road to go. He's got a lot of work to do, but it gives us another week now with Paul, as you said, a tough week with him on the training on it, and see if we can get him one step closer to being involved in a game again next week. We'll probably end up seeing Mulls this weekend. Probably not going to be starting. There is an article here about JM earning a spot. We're going to talk about that and proving to be good in the background. I'm going to talk about that in a second too, which I thought was very, very interesting. So this is going back to the summer when we got the news about the operation. Obviously, it was a setback, but we felt it was the right decision. This is Parkinson. Paul missed a lot of the preseason, but now we have got a free week again with him. To work with him. We can now see each day getting him stronger as he is getting sharper. When he came on, I thought, excuse me, he contributed great for us, and it's great for him because no player likes to be injured, especially when you're starting the season in a new division. Yes, on the other side of things, as we can talk about here, but I'll get to some of the chat in here too as we go, so I'm not boring everybody. Marie's also in the house. And Drew says, am I the only one not wanting a striker to come in? You might be the only one, Drew, and you're the only one who wants to shave Aaron's back as well. We'll talk about the Mo foul. And James Lee has like 9 kids coming home. He said, I want West Ham under 21, 17-year-old striker to come in. I think it could be set the league on fire. He's subbed on 6. He's on 6-1, finished at 17. Who is that guy? And James Lee, we'll talk about it. But let's stick on this game here. Going back to this here. From the other side of things, this is what I really like about Mark Griffiths. He said, anyone who enjoyed the years Darren Ferguson spent bossing Wrexham's midfield, had 356 appearances, placed in a top 20 most games played for us, will be unsurprised to find Peterborough have to develop a clear passing style under him. So they're going to keep the ball on the ground, that's how they want to play. We'll see how open, see if we can control that midfield on our end, because other than the last game, which I felt like Dobson and our midfield did just absolutely destroy Reading in the midfield. We'll see how it goes. But taking in Harmy with a smart approach to building a squad, blending effective scouting and non-league football with the development of youth talent, as Parkinson just mentioned there. And Peterborough are the epitome of a stable side prepared for success. Peterborough are an established League One championship side. Up, down, they're in there. They know how to play in this league. They're not, they don't always get relegated. They don't always get promoted, but they know how to stay in the league. It's kind of like Fulham being in the Premier League. For whatever reason, Fulham stay in the Premier League. I don't know how. I don't know why, but they do. There you go. But they know how to do it. They might have gone up last season and inevitably lost some players when they were unable to elevate their status. However, they know how to absorb such blows and should still be up there at the end of the campaign. So go on and read this here. So here we go. There's a couple great quotes in here, which is great. We'll talk about it. There is Ferguson, the familiar face. Big lad there is. And we'll talk about that head-to-head. We ended up 7-game run without them last season. Okay, there we go. This is a big article here. So go check that out on the website, which I think is really good. But that's the preview. Like I said, I'm not going to go fully into it. Tomorrow, we're supposed to have one of the Posh podcasters on the show. That will be the news and update show at 10 a.m., provided Ken does his job, who is now the quote-unquote unofficial booking agent, getting someone in. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see if we can get somebody on for a live look on the other side of things. So, all right, moving on. Parkinson, I'm going to talk about this here. I'm going to close that out. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about this stuff with Jack Marriott first. Okay, I want to talk about Jack Marriott before we move on to other things. And there you go. There's producer Ann texting me while we're live. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll do that. Morning all. There we go. Okay. Let's get to this article here. I want to talk about Parkinson, talking about Mullen coming back, but also about JM having his spot. So again, I want to see what Parkinson has to say here. Let's do it together, as we always do. We read it from the top. Jack Marriott started Wrexham's opening 3 league games. Paul Mullen made his comeback from injury. As we know, talking about Paul Mullen, Marriott, a League One Golden Boot winner during his time at Peterborough. Expect him to start, by the way. Who hosts the Reds on Saturday, scored a stunning volley of 3-2 victory against Wycombe Wanderers. Parkinson, who saw Mullen feature for the first time this term in the second half as substitute in Saturday's 3-0 win, blah, 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 has been impressed with Marriott's hard-working display up top. Cannot deny his effort and hard work. Sometimes he doesn't always transition to goals, although the goal he took against Wycombe Wanderers, so at the flick against Ollie Palmer, was absolutely spectacular. Just chef's kiss. There you go. Love it. Goes on to say, This is a quote from Parkinson. We should not underestimate the work that Jack has put in during the first 3 games of the season, said the Reds boss, whose side have taken 7 points from a possible 9. Agreed. He has worked tirelessly for the team, and the lads really respect that. That's really important there, too. When you have a star striker on the bench who is injured, excuse me, what's wrong with me today? And having someone trying to, quote unquote, fill the boots, who is a very good striker in his own right. It's almost like anything in life. You don't want to feel like an imposter. You know you're good enough. You know you can play. You know, if he went somewhere else, he'd be starting. You know what I mean? And he is starting, by the way. And I watched him during preseason, and he looked really good. I really liked what he did during the preseason. He worked hard. He was in the sun. He was out there every day. So he deserves this chance. And this is the loyalty that I think Parkinson is balancing. What makes him a great man manager, to balance out the team, to be like, hey, you earned your spot, you worked your ass off, but also to manage Mullen to get out there and be like, hey, give us 15 minutes, get back. But knowing that, like, he's our striker, having JM and giving his just desserts on the field, and also in quotes like this, really shows the level of Parkinson to know that, you know, he knows how to manage the squad. So I want to put that out there too. So great. Goes on like this. Parkinson says, he's put his body in, ran the channels, and he was unlucky not to get a goal against Reading, but it's all about the team winning. Very good quote there. When he got the great goal against Wickham, the biggest plus for me was the way he and Ollie Palmer had worked for the team, and it's great to see. Worked the team, great for the see. Had a great goal, should have scored against Reading, but it was a great that the team won all the stuff. I know it sounds like canned tuna, whatever, but I actually believe it. I actually believe all of this stuff. Watching the cadence of people, the meet cutes, all the stuff, supporting of the other players, you know, and I think that comes in who we want to bring in. Don't bring in the dickheads. Maybe someday we'll have to bring in a dickhead. Maybe we'll have to bring in like a me, for example. You know, but whatever. Right now, it's working, so I like that. Goes on to say, if you are a midfielder and you got 2 frontmen passing at speed like they did, it gives the rest of the team a great lift. And totally agree with that. And so the respect there passed along, knowing that Paul Mullen is working back in training, not letting Jack Marriott forget that he's not a part of this team and it doesn't have something to offer the team. Very, very important there too. And good man management. I like it a lot. And so let's keep that up. And I think it's going to help build us through the rest of the season. It's going to be a long season. We're not going to win every game. I think Marie or Hip Karma said that. One of the two said that very eloquently in the last couple of nights. But we need everyone on board, and we need everyone to be playing well. We're very stacked at the back. Body like that. A little. There you go. Very stacked at the back. Midfield is very stacked as well. Up front, we're stacked, but not the best players, I think, to bring us through the next 6-8 months. So we shall see. And that's going to lead into a couple other things. We're going to talk about MoFall and everything like that. But first, we're going to talk about. Well, I'll get to your chat first. Here we go. As we do. A2CEV says, finally stream when I'm awake. Josh, what's up with the streaming times? A2CEV. So a couple things. I got a couple work things that I'm working on that's adjusted my time schedule. I apologize. Usually I do them in the morning. I apologize. Yesterday, last one's at 5 o'clock. I've done really well just because we brought about a bunch of people on. I'm sorry. But, you know, I have a couple projects I'm working on. I started like a new part-time thing as well. So I had to focus on that. And then today I had to bring Banks to the vet. So he's got some issues. I had to take care of that. So that's why that's happened today. I really apologize. We'll try to get things more steady. Obviously, That's a Wrap show is at 5 p.m. on Monday every night. And the live watch on Twitter about try to get a better schedule. I'm still trying to work out my life and my schedule. So I really apologize like that. So we'll talk about the MoFall. That's on me. I apologize, but I appreciate everyone being here nonetheless. So thank you very much. Kim says, all part of Phil Parkinson's super secret plan not to have the entire Gambian national team to start for Wrexham. Could be. We'll talk about MoFall in a second. And Lexi's in the house. Good afternoon, all. Have you discussed the fact that we're planning a transfer out of Luke Bolton? Not yet. Haven't touched base on that, but I don't know much about it. I thought it was a little bit of BS, and I didn't dive into it, Lexi. So we shall see. John H. says, I listened to the Posh podcast on YouTube, and towards the end of it, 10-15 minutes, they made score predictions, say like 4 or 5-0 Peterborough. Yeah, those are the guys. We might have them on tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We don't need it. But 4 or 5, I mean, just absolutely, what are they smoking? Give me part of it, and I need it. But God bless them. There you go. Smash the like. There you go. They kind of made fun. I was thinking of that would be a clean sheet, I guess. We could get a clean sheet. Dan's in the house. Geez, Josh, why can't you make the entire globe happy? I try, Nick. I really do, man. I know. No one likes me. What are you going to do? No one likes me. I hope Banksy's okay. Nothing serious. Hope. No, Banksy has a nose issue. Lost a little bit of weight because he hates the food they've given him to try to sort out his body. We're okay. He's upstairs sleeping. But thank you all very much. We love you all. And I hope that he's on the mend. So thank you. Posh podcast guys are knobs, but close. Yeah, we'll try to bring him on. All right, moving on. And also good stuff. I'm going to let people in tonight too. So get ready. Who wants to come on? I'm not doing it yet because I think last night was a fun time, but I want to get through a couple things today, news and updates. Again, bring on the Posh. So there's that man. He's on the thumbnail. That's my guy. When I asked him in the summer, hey, bro, you going to be the captain? He gave me we'll see, which means like, I'm going to be the captain. He's come along in strides. At his age for what he's doing. He's wearing the captain's armband. I was afraid that he'd be level ups of yellows. Him and Peaky Blinders were getting yellows left and right all over the place. But and to be fair, he's had pump the brakes on this. Don't take this the wrong way. He's had kind of a quiet opening to the season. Okay, that's not to say he's not 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Almost scored a goal this weekend where he just fucking launched himself up Vince Carter style. But he was unlucky, hit the post. He's had a quiet start to the season in regard to he's very steady, which is great. That's what we want. He's not peaking and going up and down. He's super fit. He's got the armband on. He's laid off on the yellow cards, which is really good. We need that. We need him to play. So, I think he's had not a non-impressive start to the season, but he's had a captain's start to the season, and I'm very, very impressed with that. And yes, it is brilliant. This is not a knock at all. Not a knock at all, because I'm very impressed with him. But he's got the armband on, and he knows he has to be the statesman. Now, listen, sometimes, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Sorry, do it over here. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Probably that will happen. But right now, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 for me, for him. But it's a different kind of guy he's playing with, and I like it. I like what he's doing. So Parkinson's going to talk about this right here. This is in the BBC. There we go. Parkinson lauds Wrexham captain McLean. Yes, there he is. The man. 103 caps, 11-year senior internationals for Republic of Ireland. So Wrexham manager Phil Parkinson has hailed the leadership qualities. That's what I'm getting to. The leadership qualities of Captain James McLean. 35 years young. Been given the captaincy following the summer departures of Ben Tozer and Luke Young. By the way, Davies did his hamstrings out for 3 months. God bless him. Jordan, please get back better. He went to Grimsby, and he started off really well. So I hope he gets better himself. So shout out. Sidebar. There we go. Parkinson said that a former Republic of Ireland midfielder also thrived the expectations of the Hollywood-owned Wrexham, blah, blah, blah. James has got the armband. Good. I like it. Parkinson said. This is Parkinson quotes here. Like a lot of managers say, when they get asked the question about captains, we have a group of senior players who I speak to. James is at the forefront of that because he's got great experience and has great leadership qualities, not just on Saturdays, but during the week in training. Huge, which is why I think we are going to be successful. It's the dressing room. It's the manager. It's guys like this guy right here who can give you a look. You get like a look from like an older brother or an older sister or your stepdad. Sometimes like, don't do it. Or your mom. And mostly it's from my mom and my grandma. You're like, don't do it. He's got that look, I'm sure, during the week. And it's like, don't do it. You know what's coming. So I like that about him. James is at the forefront. Sorry, I read that before. It's great to have players of Jimmy's experience who has captained his country, leading Wrexham. We've got players like Jimmy and Stephen Fletcher with the meet cute, who have played in a very high-profile games throughout their careers. That's certain level of player we need to bring the club who thrive on the expectations here at the club. James McLean loves that. The bigger the game, the better Jimmy's going to play. Nothing gets on him. You never know what's going on Turley, but he's got thick skin. He could take it. If someone's going after Maxey, he'll get right in there and mix it up for him and defend his players. Doesn't matter who it is. He's got the big shoulders. He's got those big shoulders. Not that other guys don't, but now he knows he has the responsibility, which I think is the effectiveness of why his game has been so good this season and why I think that his levels have gone up, but also it's not noticed where it's like, holy shit, he's all over the pitch. You know what I mean? It's just, sorry about that. It's just more of a confidence thing. There you go. That's pretty good. It's just more of a confidence thing. So I really appreciate what's going on there. James Lovett, the bigger the game, the bigger he's going to play, says Parkinson. So currently we're 4th in the league. Parkinson's shot. We travel to Peterborough on Saturday. This is Parkinson's last quote here. With the fixtures coming out, we thought it was going to be an interesting start to the Bolton away game, sandwiched between the 2 home games. Remember, the calluses. We're getting the calluses. Get these games in now. There's not going to be an easy game this season, but these are tough games. Remember, we said August. These 5 games were going to be absolutely titty-city tough. So far, we've adapted as well, said Parkinson. And there's more to come because the new lads are still getting to know us and are pushing hard for inclusion, which is great. That's a great quote. Obviously, I don't read that before we go in. That's a great quote. Let me read that again. So far, we've adapted well. There's more to come because the new lads are still getting to know us, but are pushing hard for inclusion, which is great. The only guy that's really been on the pitch is Dobbs, who's an absolute legend in the midfield. Brevin a little bit. We haven't seen much of Ollie, haven't seen much of Scar, haven't seen much of Brunty. So all these things are fantastic. So I like that's probably the best quote of the day. Quote of the day, bang, right there. We're starting to get the competition I feel we need at this club to climb up another level. That's the last thing that Parkinson said, and I fully believe in that. Which is great. So well done. I like it. I really like all this stuff, what's happening here. All right, I'm going to bring this down. And Hip Karma says, I've started listening to the other team podcasts this season in particular. Do it for me, Hip Karma. I don't even listen to the Wrexham podcast just because I don't have enough time. But let us know. Bring it in. Maybe that's a good involvement there. Hip Karma also says, well done who listened to the podcast. I confess I'm unenthused by the idea myself. Yeah, there you go. Lexi says, hey, can say if I'm not doing it, he can say if I'm not doing it, you shouldn't. Don't know what that's from, but Lexi, thank you very much. Fozzie said he thought McLean was the hardest working player on the field and in the gym and in the team. He probably is. I mean, it shows. It absolutely shows. Marie from SoCal says, yeah, I've mastered the mom look and mom voice. Sometimes you just need the look. I'm sure that Mac has got the look. Just like, do it. One of these. Don't do it. Yeah. Mixer Wrexham, how you doing? Says it's going to be our toughest game so far, he reckons. And you never know. These are games that it's tough to get up for every single game. This is an away match. Remember what happened last year? Our away form was not that great until the end of the season, so it could be. How you doing, Mixer Wrexham? Good to have you. Lexi goes on to say the boos from some opposing fans feeds him, which is excellent. Some players can't take that. No, he can take that, and she was referring to McLean. All right. Hollywood Stars, McElhenney. I don't know what this one is. I didn't read it. This was yesterday. I'm probably not going to get through it. I hate the Hollywood Stars. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney own Wrexham. No shit. This is about Elliot Lee. This is Elliot Lee saying other teams have been trying to shoot us down. Okay, we talked about that before. I'm not going to do it. That one's boring. Possible ins and outs. So this is going to lead nicely into the next stuff about the possible 2 people that are in the train, been training with us, 2 youngsters that are there, which we will get to, and could be in the parking lot. I don't know. Matt Al might be there somewhere. Who the hell knows? But this goes in. This is yesterday too. Possible ins and outs. Phil Parkinson's not a fan of the English Football League rules and squad size, nor am I. But the Reds boss admits having too many players and can be a negative effect. Obviously, we'll have 22-man squad. Under ages of 21 are not included, and goalkeepers. Remember, that's calendar year. Aaron James does not get in there. On a cap, the amount of players that can be named, Parkinson said, I have said it. I have said what I got to say on that, but equally there's also a manageable number of at a football club. So he doesn't sound like he's impressed about the squad size, and he shouldn't be because it's stupid. 22, come on now. And the Prem have like 28 or 27, whatever the hell it is. But he goes, you want enough cover in the squad, but you don't want the training group to be too big every day because that loses the quality of sessions. And I understand why they do this for the lower clubs, so they can have people come through the academy. I understand that. That makes sense to me. But it's very limiting. It's very, very limiting. It's like having a car, taking out the 4th gear of the car. You're just staying in 3rd gear. It's stupid. But I understand why. Got to have grassroots. I understand that, but it is probably frustrating. At this point, if you have 30 guys out there, training size, I understand that makes sense too. Parkinson is still hoping players who are unlikely to make the squad to be part of his plans for the first half of the season. They'll go out on loan and gain first team football elsewhere. Remember, Some players that are not in the 22 can play in the cup games. I anticipate Mendy might be on that list. That's what I think. Wrexham played 4 league games, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Billy Waters and Jake Bickerstaff have not featured yet. It is quiet as it stands, he added. The market is crazy for players, he says. It really is, and a couple of ours might go out on loan, but it has quieted down a little bit for us. I think everybody is jostling for a position. That's true. There are a few days to go, and we'll see what happens. So that was obviously a couple of days ago. We are literally 24 hours away from this. So yeah, we are closing down. Expect some going outs, expect some going ins, and that's going to lead right into what we all want to talk about tonight. Other than me babbling on like an idiot, is right here. Okay, don't know who these guys are. Don't know who Dude is, although Dude is spelt wrong. IDW. This is the news of the day. There's 2 things that are happening here today. So let me see. What's Ashley? Ashley guy. I don't know what that is. Okay, hold on one second. I don't know what this is. Okay, let me get back to this. So, news of the day, Mo Fall. Wrexham are interested in signing Mo Fall on a permanent deal. They're a competitive competition with Barnsley. Both clubs will look to sign the player if possible. However, if no deal is reached, Fall will stay at West Brom Albion and go out on what the hell? That's not what I wanted to do. And go out on loan. So that's Mo Fall. Who is Mo Fall? Am I saying it right? Mo Fall? I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. Who is Mo Fall? There he is. There you go. Right there. He's an attacker, right-footed, Gambia international. We have a Gambian international on our team, Jacob Mendy, as we all know. Born 2003, so he's under the 21, which is great. Bio. He says, having spent the first half of the 23-24 campaign on loan at the Sky Bet League 2 Doncaster Rovers, Fall spent the second half at fellow 4th-tier outfit. Most ball, there he goes. Okay. Mo's experience in his first loan in senior football, but the highlights of 24 came back. The Gambian's smart looping header. Talk about how he's done. But Fall, Albion took Fall out of local football to become the first-year scholar at the age of 16. Fall is a big presence up front with a bubbly personality and doesn't fail to make an impression when involved with the Baggies. Remember, this is on the West Brom website. The young target man played an important role in Albion's youth side, using his height to a great advantage when holding and linking up his play. I think he's 6'5", if I'm not mistaken. So he goes, Fall's goal scoring exploits were awarded when he was called up to train with the first team under Valkyr and Ismail. The French team headed. Okay, so there he is right there. I did find a little clip of him as well. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if you can.
Very much alive for this one. Gurren with a chip to the back stick.
Oh, inside!
He scored at Maidstone United, finally!
That's a big lad.
Through. And it's Mo Fall who smashed it into the back of the net in 64 minutes.
6'5".
Chip from the right-hand side. And Mo Fall.
There you go again. I know it's only one goal, but
has put Maidstone United finally in front here.
He is a big unit at 6'5".
Technique was. I've not seen it.
There was Swaz
One
on
more
that
time.
one. There was Swaz on that one, John.
There was.
Boom.
Fantastic.
It's been a Swazi con.
Now, I don't know if this is happening or not. Where's the other article about him here too? Did I have it? No, I didn't have it. So let's see what happens with it. This is all, where is it? Oh, well, okay. I don't know if it's going to happen, but Mo Fall is apparently possibly coming. We don't know. I will put I'm going to start now. Here we go. Drop it in the chat. People want to come out there saying. That's one. 6'5". Let me try to pick up his other thing here too. This is what I want to do. Sorry about this. Mo Fall live show. Transfer market. Let's look at transfer market. So apparently we have about £2 million to spend on 2 players. Now, I don't know if that means that £2 million for transfer fees left, or it's £2 million for £2 million for fees and wages. That's what I hear. It's £2 million. Here he is. He's 1.96 center forward. He hasn't done anything this year. He's 21 years old. He's Gambian international. He's right-footed. He's 6'5". Market value 225. I don't know if that's up to date. Probably at the sense money to get out, but this is somebody that we're looking at. I don't have all the ins and outs, but I do know we are looking at him on good authority. So that's one player we're looking at. What do we think about it? As I'm going to go back up here, because I did miss this on the chat. Dan Moore says, up the podcast was interesting. And the Ashley guy had the balls to go on Racecourse Ramble and wasn't a knob. I think that's the guy that might be coming on our show tomorrow. I don't know. So anyone's welcome on our show. Well, mostly anybody. Hip Karma says, seeing that Ashley guy 4 minutes into the Racecourse Ramble after seeing the podcast comments fully put me off by watching watching a favorite show. Hip Karma, is that your favorite show? Not TLP? Oh my God. I may fast forward past Ashley in the morning and try again. Okay, there you go. On the Peterborough podcast, guys, they call for 4-0. That's right. And Posh podcast predicting 4 or 5 goals. That's right. Wayne Evans goes on to say, Posh are young. I feel like we can outmuscle the younger sides this year unless the ref protects him. No, I think that's Evans' great shout. By the way, also a local pundit member. Smash a like if you're not. Smash a like and share if you can't, if you haven't already, which is great. Got a bunch of people in there, which is awesome. And I did drop the link in if people want to have their say on the Mole file and anything else going on for the next couple of days. But I feel like I've watched a lot of the games highlights. Everything looks wide open lanes. So maybe there's a way where we are a little bit more quote unquote professional and we don't open up and don't leave ourselves open at the back and don't take chances that some other managers might take because they're starting to, they're like, wide open football doesn't always work. I believe in Parkinson. I like what he's doing. I was also unimpressed by Ashley for the podcast. He didn't even know AO signed with us. He thought it was a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Going on to say, Insecurity does that. Yes, they do. Goes on to say, in truth, Peterborough are a mediocre club with a true level of League One, which is why those Posh guys are so defensive, not a championship club. And Hip Karma says, pull sheet. This is my favorite show. I do listen to other. Oh, well, yeah. You cheat on me behind my back. I'm kidding. I support all the other channels as well. I'm just kidding. Okay, Hip Karma, I love you. All right. Another interesting point of news we're going to talk about too is another player we're possibly looking at, who is this young bloke right here. Now, the validity of this comes from I have a couple of people talking about it. Apparently, he's been training with us the last couple of days. That is Josh Adam. Josh Adam, another 21-year-old who was on the City books. Now, I think he's without a club right now. Skillful, dynamic midfielder. Another midfielder, I'm just saying. Signing from Celtic in August 2020. Josh looks to be bringing the City at trickery. Great. I'm just going on their site to try to get a little bit of update on him. That's him right there, Josh Adam. He's a Scottish international. He played Scottish youth level. Say that once fast. Debut season for City ended with silverware under the 18s. Key player for Ben Wilkinson's side at 21-25, playing 25 of the 27 matches. Retained. Okay, Josh has regressed to the after 20. Okay, so a midfielder. So this is Josh Adam, a midfielder. Now I don't know much about him. Let's look him up. Josh Adam. If I can spell Adam, Manchester City. Okay, here we go. Oh, really, Josh? What are you doing? Where's the transfer market? Okay. There he is right there. He is without a club. He's a cam, under 21 international. He is 20 years old He's 20 years old right now, so we won't go against our 11, which is great. Another cam, young enough, like the young profile. Don't know if he's on City's books. That's good, but you never know. We'll see. So that's an opportunity. There's an article here in May. Has nothing to do with Wrexham, but getting a little bit here. I accept. There you go. Shut up. 20-year-old Manchester City midfielder to leave on a free this summer. Bundesliga clubs are circling for him. This is an old article, but let's see if we can get some information out of it. Man City are set to lose their highly rated academy midfielder Josh Adam on a free transfer this summer, as clubs across Europe circle for the signature. Remember, this is an old article. He's a youth international. They got it from Celtic in 2020. He's played across various levels in youth. Highly rated nature of Josh Adams' game is a versatile midfielder that has often been asked to train with Pep Guardiola's first-team squad, joined Manchester City's senior side, and recently on Thursday ahead of the meeting with the Wolves. So, blah, blah, blah. There you go. There's Josh Adams is a cam that Man City used to call a wonder kid. So, there we go. As per the information on Jack, writing okay, 20-year-old midfielder wants to challenge himself in the senior game, and there's reportedly early interest in clubs from the Bundesligas and the Pro League. So that gives me shout that this could be real if he is training with us. I don't know what the deal is. Apparently, he is training with us. Excuse me. So we shall see what's going on. Rumor is that he's been in town lately. That he's been in town and been in training with the side. So if that's true, we'll see. There's a lot happening here in the chat. What's going on? Sorry, I'm just checking the Discord. The Discord is absolutely going to ape shit. And yeah, Mofal. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Cam is still not a striker, says Drew does whatever. Nope, you're absolutely right. I don't know much about him. I don't know anything about him. I know we're after a striker, but I'll tell you this. Real Madrid just tied it up. If we get these two players in, the ages okay. They don't go against our 20. That's a free transfer there. Or sorry, our 22. That's a free transfer there for him. And Mofal doesn't go against because of his age profile as well. So with Mulls coming back so early, Ollie having a good run of form, I'm fine with it. But I'd also like to get Billy Dubb out, Bickerstaff out. Dalby, I think, needs to go as well. And if Bolton does go, I don't think it's a great idea. I think he's a good player. But, we have good coverage all over the pitch. So I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's see here. Apparently, Adam was spotted in one of the club photos of training that the club posted yesterday. Do we have that, Aaron? I don't know. Kim says, sure, they might make the playoffs, but they'll either fall on their faces again and go straight up, back down. That's their lot. Meaning about Posh again. Is it Cam? Cam is not a striker. We know that. Do we need another midfielder? Probably not, Dan. We got to get Rathbone in the pitch too. I'll give you that one for sure. But it doesn't go against our 22. And he also, there you go. Lexi also said the same thing. Doesn't go against our quota. Absolutely. Ruth H says, honestly, don't have the warm feeling. Don't have a warm feeling toward Fall at this point, simply due to how his PR people leaked info. The X tweet happened this morning. Other signings managed to keep it quiet. Ruth, do you have that link? What's that link? I totally missed it. But people have running their accounts. I'm sorry, I don't mean to look down. There you go. Tozer takes the armband. There we go. Four Screen Rovers. Trying to find out. There's 46 messages that I missed right now on the transfer rumor. If you're not in the Discord, please, God, get in the Discord. And then this is everyone in here too. So who's excited for the game this weekend? Absolutely, we are too. That's what it says. Bring on the Posh. Still got to get through the next 24 hours of signings there too. But there's rumors and things happening. Tomorrow we'll probably do a show, a deadline day show. Don't know what it's going to look like. Producer Ann wants to do something, but she doesn't know that's the end of the transfer window, so I got to let her know. I sent you in the Discord. Oh shit. Sorry, Welsh Tucky. I'm sorry, everything. I hope thoughts and prayers, man, for the funeral. Apologies, man. What'd you miss? You missed 43 minutes of me just babbling. If you want to come on and say hi, let us know. But I'm very, very sorry. I'm very, very sorry for your loss. And who's excited for the game this weekend? All right. In summary, I'll do a summary because Techie's come in just late. Started off, bring on the Posh, talking about Parkinson, talking about the game this weekend, talking about Darren Ferguson, talking about the squad, possible in and outs, Mofal, Josh Adam, are they there? Who those players are. Talk about James McLean and his captaincy and how he's been playing this season. So it's great. So that's what we caught up on briefly in the last 45 minutes. I opened it up to the group if people want to come on and have their say, as we do, getting new faces and people in here to have their say, which is great. Not that the old ones aren't bad, but we just want to make sure that everyone has their say and feels like we want to grow this community just because it's fun to do that. It's fun. Not going to bite all this stuff. Who's excited? John Goff says also, who are we voting for? I think I voted for Welsh. I think I did. John Goff says, I'm still a bit surprised Wrexham haven't obtained a player on loan from the Premier League or Championship team. Maybe it's not management style. I just don't know. Well, I mean, everyone says that Parkinson doesn't like loan players. Now, I'm going to point you to Arthur Okonkwo. Just going to leave that there. Arthur Okonkwo, who is now a full-time player. We own it. So not to you. This is not directed at you, John Goff. I'm just saying in general. So there you go. Ruth Karma says, so his people leaked it? Probably. They probably did leak it. Hip Karma, it's not cool. I think a lone player puts us in binds. Yes, you never know. I think two players might come in. Welsh Techie, yeah. 7 out of 10 show, as we always do. You're never doing a 10 out of 10, but 7 out of 10. So it's a good show. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. And are you going to the game on Saturday? Parkinson doesn't like lone players. Arthur is the only one. Oh. There is some truth to that. Okay. So it looks like no one wants to come in tonight, which is fine. If anything breaks, as you know, we will be live and we will do it. We will cover it, provided that I don't have other things going on. But yes, as things break, we'll be there. Remember, tomorrow is the transfer window closes at, I think, 11 p.m. GMT, which is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, which is 3 o'clock my time. So if anything breaks before then, we will be live. Supposed to have someone on from Peterborough on at some point. I don't know. Ken is setting it up. We'll do that Saturday morning, live watch along, as you know. Wrexham reaction after that. Sunday news and update show. Monday night, That's a Wrap show, which is becoming everyone's favorite show, which is great. I have reconnected with everyone, getting a new intro and new thumbnails and all the fun stuff, all that shit. So we're doing that as well. Fun stuff. Last night was a great show. And today was a good one as well. And he is going, which is Saturday, Walsh Techie is, and countdown to the survival of Aaron's eyebrows and his back hair. Absolutely. And roll on Peterborough. Can't wait to beat them. Absolutely. Ruth H says, someone leaked it because a reporter from Gambia posted on X Twitter. I didn't have the link and I wouldn't show it, but I don't have, unless you did point it out to me. Hold on. Oh, is it? Okay. Copy that. Okay. This is what he meant. Okay. Hold on. I did have that up. 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second. Share to this. There we go. There you go. This is what it is. Apparently, this was the leak. Sorry. This was the leak right here. Exclusive. Sorry. Mofal is close to signing Wrexham. Yeah, we talked about this, right? This is what he is. This is the leak. I'm not sure who that is. Fode Monet. This is the leak that happened on X that he's talking about. So let's see if it happens. I hope it's happening. We shall see. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Thank you. Aaron. Appreciate it. And hi, Nick. And Peterborough Podfolk, are they letting the lunatics out early? They might be. They might be. They might be coming on. They might be coming on tomorrow. We shall see. We'll see if Ken can get it sorted out. All right. Hope everyone has a good Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow for the morning show. I don't know what's happening. I'll keep everyone posted, but we'll see you all tomorrow for the morning show. If we have someone on from the podcast, we'll obviously, we know if anything breaks, we'll have it. And he's a Gambian reporter, says Aaron. Okay, he's a Gambian reporter. So I'm giving this a 8 out of 10. We'll see if it happens tomorrow. We'll see. See ya, says Tina 70. Absolutely good to see everybody. So thanks for coming in. I hope everyone had a good day. Well, Shecky, I hope you're all right, man. And later. And smash a like on your way out if you can. Subscribe. And become a local member if you want to, too, which is great. So lots of fun stuff. So on that bombshell, we'll see y'all.